Join me for a story time on my ex friend and how her friend was jealous of her the whole time, and I knew it. And this was like the final straw, okay? So I'm not going to reveal their names, but I need to make up some names so I can make it easy for y'all to follow along. So we gonna call the ex friend Sierra, okay? And her friend Kelly. All right, Sierra and Kelly. So Sierra is my friend. Kelly is her friend. Sierra used to love having gatherings at her house. Putting stuff together so people could come along and fellowship and all of that stuff. And yes, we are talking about Christian folk, okay? Because guess what? Christian folk, you know what? This is why you have to pay attention. This is the lesson. This is the lesson that you need to learn from this story. Stop calling everybody your friend. Everybody is not your friend, including Christians. Everybody that calls themselves a Christian is not a Christian. And everybody that calls themselves a friend, we all know everyone is not your friend. But when people do stuff like this, pay attention. When people do stuff like this, drop them, okay? Because I'm sorry to tell you, they do not care about you. So here we go. Sierra loved planning stuff. So she planned stuff this one day right before the pandemic. So we go to her house, and fast forward, it was like a movie night, and then we had like a prayer time. And so fast forward to after all of that was done, we ended up just having like small talk, talking about random stuff. So somebody asked a question. It had to be about 4 or 5 of us, and somebody asked the question like, what activities do you guys want to do, or something like that. And Kelly, I don't remember who answered first, but Kelly jumps in and gives her response, and she's like, oh, I would love to go to the gun range. We should go to the gun range, y'all, like for real, blah, blah, blah. And like, she was just going on and on about the gun range. And then she was saying that she had her license to go. I don't know if she banned already, but she started talking about having a license to go. And so she started asking people around the room, like, do y'all got y'all license? Do y'all want to go? Blah, blah, blah. And so people were answering the question, right? Sierra was like, oh, no, y'all could do that by yourself. Like, I can't do that one. And Kelly was like, oh, basically, don't be a party pooper. And I don't remember her exact words, but that's basically what she said. I'm like, what? And Sierra basically was like, no, it's not like that. I just have a fear of guns. So Kelly did not care. And she was like, well, I mean, if you go, you could overcome the fear and blah, blah, blah. And she was just basically really trying to talk Sierra into going to the gun range. And so Kelly was like, we go planning, you're gonna go. We go to the gun range, and you go be cool. Like, we go be there, we got you. Y'all, everybody else in the room was quiet. Like, wasn't nobody else like pushing Sierra. I'm sitting there just looking at Kelly like, girl, you doing too much. Like, are you serious right now? The girl said she don't want to go. So Sierra then started telling her story. She gave us a story on, why she is traumatized and why she has a fear of guns. It's not just she has a fear of guns, like she had something happen and she has a fear of guns. She is traumatized. That's difficult for her. So she gave the story. You would have thought that Kelly would have been understanding and would have been like, oh, okay, I get it now. Yeah, you take your time, and you go when you want to go, and if you ever want to go, I'm here. Let me know, because I want to go, blah, blah, blah. Y'all, Kelly basically comes back and she's like reiterating the same thing, like, well, it's just a fear, you just have to overcome it, and we go get you down there, like, you're going, we go get you down there, period. And she telling the rest of the group, the rest of us, like, yeah, we gonna get her down there, you going, Sierra, you going. Yeah. Oh my gosh, she needed to be stopped. So she pushing Sierra to go, And she's telling the rest of the group, the rest of us, that we're going to help Sierra get her license so she can go to the gun range. And we was going to go as a group, and we was going to do it soon, blah, 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 because this was right before the pandemic. So we had no idea that we were going to go into shutdown. But, yeah, that's basically the story. She did not let up. She did not let up. But what did we learn from the story? Okay, I don't need to go into all of it because that's basically the main points that y'all need to know. Sierra did not want to, Kelly brought up a suggestion to do an activity. Sierra did not want to do the activity because Sierra went through something traumatic, and, it's still in her heart, and, it's a fear, and like it's difficult. It's not just something that she just like, oh, I don't really want to do that activity. But even if it was that, like, it's that, okay? But she said that she didn't want to go, and then Kelly said, oh no, you're gonna go. You got to get over this fear. So what did we learn? That Kelly did not care at all about Sierra's feelings. And if you have friends like that around you that try to pressure you and push you into doing something that you are not comfortable with, okay, if they do not care about your feelings, if they don't care about your trauma, if they don't care about your fears, stop calling them your friend. Please let them go. Okay? And best believe Sierra did not let Kelly go. And then the Lord started revealing some things. Okay? He actually had been revealing some things, but things got a little deeper and more heated. Okay? But the Lord had already been revealing some things. I was keeping an eye out on this girl, and that was the final straw. Leave those people. They do not care about you. When people act like that, they only care about themselves. They only want for themselves. They want you to be okay with what they're okay with. And, like, if you're not, then it's a big problem. And the crazy thing is, I don't know if I said this in the story time, but Sierra basically was just like, yeah, okay. Like, she just started accepting it because Kelly kept pushing it on her, and she just like, yeah, you going. First of all, Sierra's a grown woman. Like, how you go tell this grown woman what she go do? Like, who is you, Kelly? So Sierra basically just started, yeah, I'll go, okay, cool, whatever. But it was all in Sierra's body posture and her voice, like, on her face, that she really did not want to go. She really was not comfortable with it. And she was kind of frustrated that Kelly was pressuring her, but she felt like she had to do it. And then, point number 2, Kelly started saying stuff like, yeah, you have to overcome your fears, and, trying to throw some, like, fake positivity on her to make her feel like, not you trying to manipulate me. Bro, not you trying to manipulate me because you really want me to go to this thing. Like, oh my gosh, is it going to be bad if one person is missing? So again, because people will do stuff like that. When you tell somebody that you're not comfortable with something, or that you have a fear of something, that you're scared, whatever the case may be, if you tell them your emotions and your feelings, and they try to come with you with advice, but they saying it in a way to, like, guilt trip you, making you feel guilty if you don't do it, then you won't have this or whatever. Like, that's not okay. That's not okay, and that's not true wisdom. That's not true advice. Drop them. Now, people do not care. I'm trying to tell y'all. It might sound like light because the enemy will try to disguise himself as light. But it's all in the way of the approach. It's all in the way of how it's said. And you just really have to pay attention and be discerning of those things. But please, moral of the story is stop accepting friendships with people who pressure you, with people who do not care about you being uncomfortable, or with people who do not care about your triggers, your emotions, your trauma, your fears. Like, stop accepting people who do not care, who do not understand. Like, Sierra should have been like, I said I wasn't comfortable. I am not going to this thing. I'm sorry. But instead, Sierra allowed Kelly to pressure her and push her into agreeing to something that she really was not okay with and that she was not ready for. You do not want or need friends like that. That's not a friend. It's not a friend. Friends do not pressure you into stuff. Friends are patient with you. Friends care about you and your emotions and your trauma. They hear you out. Okay, they will give you advice and wisdom, but it's not going to be in a way to make you feel bad or make you feel like you're missing out or make you feel guilty for something that you should not even feel guilty for. So please keep that in mind when you are around your friends. Like, it's really time for y'all to start evaluating your friendships, because y'all have so many people around you that do not deserve to be around you. And that's it. Like, evaluate your friendships, because this scenario goes on way too much. Like, ain't nobody, especially my grown self, ain't nobody finna sit here and pressure me into something I don't want to do. No. Okay, no. N-O is the answer. And don't ask me again. Like, period. Have boundaries. Okay? If the person cannot respect your boundary, they do not need to be in your life.